a primal instinct. Fear is a basic human emotion. It's essential for survival. When we perceive danger, our bodies go into fight or flight mode. Adrenaline surges through our veins, increasing heart rate and breathing. Our senses sharpen, preparing us to confront the threat or flee to safety. Imagine encountering a bear in the wild. Your heart would pound, your breath would quicken, and your muscles would tense. This instinctive reaction is fear in action, equipping you to deal with the immediate danger. This fear response is hardwired into our brains. It's a product of evolution, helping our ancestors survive in hostile environments. It's a natural and healthy response to danger, keeping us safe from harm. Nature and nurture at play. We are born with certain innate fears. These are fears that are present from birth and do not require any prior learning or experience. These include the fear of loud noises, sudden movements, and heights. Such fears are hardwired into our brains as a survival mechanism. For instance, the fear of loud noises can be seen when a baby startles at a sudden sound. Similarly, the fear of heights is evident when we feel uneasy looking down from a tall building. These fears serve an evolutionary purpose, protecting us from potential harm. They act as a built-in alarm system, keeping us safe from dangers we might not yet understand. For example, the fear of heights prevents us from falling from dangerous places. This instinctual fear can be observed in both children and adults. Learned fears, on the other hand, develop through our experiences. These fears are not present at birth but are acquired over time. We learn to fear things that have been associated with danger or unpleasant events. This learning process helps us avoid situations that have previously caused us harm. If you were bitten by a dog as a child, you might develop a fear of dogs. This fear is a learned response based on your past experience and serves as a protective mechanism. It shows how our interactions with the world shape our reactions and behaviors. The development of fear involves both nature and nurture. Our genetic makeup predisposes us to certain fears, while our life experiences further mold and refine these fears. While we are predisposed to certain innate fears, our environment and experiences shape our learned fears. Together, nature and nurture create a complex web of responses that help us navigate the world safely. When fear becomes overwhelming. While fear is a normal and adaptive response, phobias are excessive and irrational fears. They are characterized by a persistent and intense fear of a specific object or situation. These fears are out of proportion to the actual danger posed. People with phobias often go to great lengths to avoid the object or situation they fear. This avoidance can significantly interfere with their daily lives, causing distress and impairment. Imagine being so afraid of spiders that you refuse to go outside during the summer. That's the kind of impact a phobia can have. Phobias are a type of anxiety disorder. They are relatively common, affecting millions of people worldwide. Types of phobias: specific, social, and agoraphobia. In this section, we will explore the different kinds of phobias that people may experience, focusing on specific, social, and agoraphobia. Phobias can be categorized into different types, each with its own unique triggers and symptoms. One common type is specific phobia, which involves an intense fear of a particular object or situation. This fear is often irrational and can lead to avoidance behaviors. Examples include arachnophobia, which is the fear of spiders, a very common specific phobia. Acrophobia, the fear of heights, can cause significant distress and avoidance of high places. And claustrophobia, the fear of enclosed spaces, can make it difficult for individuals to be in small or crowded areas. Another type is social phobia, also known as social anxiety disorder. This involves a fear of social situations where one might be scrutinized or judged by others, leading to intense anxiety. This fear can manifest in various ways, such as a fear of public speaking, attending social gatherings, or even casual interactions. People with social phobia may fear public speaking, meeting new people, or eating in public. These situations can cause significant distress and avoidance. Agoraphobia is characterized by a fear of situations where escape might be difficult or help unavailable. This can severely limit a person's ability to function in daily life. This often involves a fear of open spaces, crowds, public transportation, and other situations where one feels trapped or helpless, or being outside of one's home alone. The fear can be so overwhelming that it leads to complete avoidance of these situations. People with agoraphobia may become housebound, fearing panic attacks or other distressing symptoms. This can greatly impact their quality of life and ability to engage in everyday activities. Causes of phobias. A complex interplay of factors. The development of phobias is complex and not fully understood. It involves a myriad of elements that interact in intricate ways, making it challenging to pinpoint a single cause. However, several factors are thought to contribute to their onset. These factors can range from personal experiences to genetic predispositions and even evolutionary influences. One prominent theory is classical conditioning, where a neutral stimulus becomes associated with a fearful experience. This process can happen quite subtly and often without conscious awareness. For instance, if you were stung by a bee while playing in a field, you might develop a fear of bees. This fear can then generalize to other similar situations or stimuli. The bee sting, which is the unconditioned stimulus, elicits fear, the unconditioned response, and the field, the neutral stimulus, becomes associated with the fear response. Over time, the field itself can trigger the fear response even in the absence of bees. Observational learning, also known as modeling, can also play a role. This is particularly evident in children who are highly observant of their parents' behaviors. If a child sees their parent react fearfully to a dog, they may learn to fear dogs themselves. This learned behavior can be deeply ingrained and persist into adulthood. This learning occurs through observation and imitation. The child internalizes the fear response and may exhibit similar reactions in future encounters with dogs. Evolutionary factors may also contribute to phobias. These factors are rooted in our ancestral past and have been passed down through generations. Our ancestors, who were naturally afraid of snakes, spiders, and heights, were more likely to survive and pass on their genes. This survival mechanism has been embedded in our genetic makeup. This suggests that certain phobias may have an evolutionary basis, serving as protective mechanisms. These fears helped our ancestors avoid potentially deadly encounters. Genetic predisposition can also increase the likelihood of developing phobias. This means that if your family members have phobias, you might be more susceptible to developing them as well. Studies have shown that phobias can run in families, suggesting a genetic component. This genetic link can be a significant factor in understanding why some individuals are more prone to phobias than others. However, having a genetic predisposition does not guarantee the development of a phobia. Environmental factors and personal experiences also play crucial roles. Environmental factors also play a significant role. These can include traumatic experiences, cultural influences, and even the way we are raised. All these elements together create a complex interplay that shapes the development of phobias. Overcoming fear and phobias. Tools and techniques. Overcoming fear and phobias is possible with the right tools and techniques. One effective approach is exposure therapy, a type of cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Exposure therapy involves gradually exposing the individual to the feared object or situation in a safe and controlled environment. This gradual exposure helps to reduce fear and anxiety over time. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, is another effective treatment approach. CBT focuses on identifying and changing negative thoughts and beliefs that contribute to fear and anxiety. By challenging and reframing these thoughts, individuals can reduce their fear response. Relaxation techniques, such as deep breathing exercises and progressive muscle relaxation, can also be helpful in managing fear and anxiety. These techniques help to calm the nervous system and reduce physiological arousal. Seeking professional help. When to reach out. If fear and anxiety are significantly impacting your life, it is crucial to seek professional help. A mental health professional can provide a proper diagnosis and recommend the most appropriate treatment plan. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. With the right support and guidance, you can overcome your fears and live a fuller, more fulfilling life. You have Empower Mind.